It's just about 10 o'clock on the west coast of the United States of America. It's just about 0500 GMT. It's Game Show Tuesday. I'm going to keep that jingle from now until the day I die. No, hopefully I'll never do it again. But it is Game Show Tuesday, and you're here on a great night. If you caught last week's show, you know that we did Greed from Fox from 1999, one of the best games of that era. Game shows kind of had a resurgence about 15, 16, 17 years ago when Who Wants to Be a Millionaire was new, when they did Greed, when it was a big deal on NBC, Ann Robinson, and You Are the Weakest Link. Goodbye. It was really good. Many of those game shows saw a continuation in syndication, but they changed the games, shortened the show to a half an hour, which is more easy to syndicate, and really just de-testicalized all of it. Like, it really did not turn out well. The game shows were changed. They were not as good. And just, I got to say, you know, as far as game shows, the ones in the 90s, the late 90s and early 2000s were fantastic in their original form. But when they became syndicated, they really took the swing out of it. So you're here on a good night. We're going to finish the Greed show we started last week that for some reason hung up in the middle of it on YouTube and I couldn't finish. 2 treats from the 1970s that I just found out about this week. One of them is called Whew, W-H-E-W exclamation point. Whew, you know, possibly the worst part about that game is the title, because it's impossible for an announcer to say, now it's time to play Whew. I mean, how do you say that as an announcer? How do you say it as a game show host? Hey, thanks for joining us. It's good for you to be here. Welcome to Whew. Whew, like you can't, it's not even a word, you know. And there is another alternative title that suggests itself in the play of that game, but it's from the 70s. It's pretty fucking hilarious. We'll look at it coming up. Then the piece de resistance, the one I'm really excited about. I also found out about this show only this week. It's called The Magnificent Marble Machine. According to Wikipedia, only 3 episodes of it even still exist anymore. It's from the 70s or late 60s even. We'll look at the Wikipedia article. We'll read all about it before I play it. But the bonus game is this gigantic, functional pinball machine. A pinball machine where you literally pull the thing back and it shoots up. And then you've got these 2 pairs of giant flippers that you are on one side and your celebrity partner is on the other side. And you're flipping the ball. It's a giant pinball game. Fucking astounding. Like it is. There's a couple of parts of this game that are weird and bizarre too, but most of it really kills me that this is not a game show that is done in any way today. Not that it could be, but most importantly, it kills me that any of the original episodes, only 3 episodes, even still exist according to Wikipedia. We'll look at all that. Let's start with Greed. Greed is where we started last time, and where we left off, they were actually about to figure out if they wanted to continue with the game or not. They was offering him all this cash to decide whether or not he wanted to
you're not too sure you
continue.
Can give it to your teammates, or you can risk this $20,000 and see if gazpacho is correct. If it's a soup,
right? Which of the following 4 are soup? Here's the question for $200,000. If he gives back that $20,000 he's got in his hands. They know these 3 answers they selected are correct. The remaining options are tiramisu and gazpacho. Gazpacho was the one they selected. I think anybody who knows anything is going to know.
No, we're here to be greedy and.
Oh shit! Is this seriously like a bad file? Is it not going to continue to play? It looks like that's the case, and I swear to God, I thought it was going to play. All right, fuck it. The hell with it. We'll watch another clip of Greed, though, since I was really into seeing a little bit more of Greed. Greed was a great game show, man, and we're going to switch back to it here. Here's one for $2 million. Let's look at this one.
Tell us. Terminator has chosen you. Is there anyone here that you would like to call out and challenge? $10,000, win or lose, and you get their position too.
As much as I like the $10,000, I need my teammates.
Gonna keep them.
Oh, so she actually said no to that thing. What would have happened if she had said yes was she would have picked one of the 2 people on the bottom here, and they would have had, you know, a one shot at answering a single trivia question. and the person who lost is out of the game, and the person who won got the loser's bit of money, however much they win in the game. But she said no.
Just perked right up on that.
I don't think I've seen that happen before.
Okay, so we're not going to take anybody out. Everybody's got money so far. We're putting it on the line. Phyllis will be playing for $400,000. David and Lauren both will be playing for a total of $800,000 apiece. I hope you have no idea how much I want you to win this. I really do. I really do. I'm sure that's probably true. But in my heart of hearts, I really would love to see you win this. Here is your $2 million question. Good luck.
Okay, here's the question.
I said it was the 90s. Which 4 of the following 8 events occurred in the 1990s?
Okay, 8 events they're going to name here. This seems easier than it is, I think. This is not it. The Berlin Wall falls.
Jerry Garcia
dies.
Original Nintendo video game system introduced in the U.S.
No.
Exxon Valdez disaster.
No.
Clarence Thomas becomes U.S. Supreme Court Justice.
Oof.
Michael Jackson marries Lisa Marie Presley. Johnny Carson does his last Tonight Show.
Oh my God.
New Coke is introduced.
Okay, New Coke definitely not. Nintendo, I'm pretty
4
sure
of those
not.
events happened in the 1990s.
Which other 2 do you eliminate?
You have no freebie, so it's 4 out of 8. David, give me an answer, please.
Clarence Thomas was definitely appointed during the decade of the 90s.
That's 1. Lauren.
I'm very certain that Jerry Garcia died in the 90s.
Okay,
That's
good
2.
for her. I was not sure of that.
Michael Jackson wed Lisa Marie Presley in the 1990s.
That's 3. Phyllis, we need one more answer. It's up to you to answer, or you can pass it off to another player.
Well, David did so well for me last time. I'm
Can
passing
David-
that on over to David.
Yeah, do it,
Glad you
David.
did. David?
The correct response is Johnny Carson's last show.
There are 4 answers, Phyllis. You want to change any one, or do you want to keep them the way they are?
I like him. I like him.
$2 million. She's standing on the answers she has. Let's go.
Okay, and as I've said, I'm just going to pause it and comment real fast here, not to try and hype up the drama anymore, but here's what I know about this game. If there's a wrong answer, Chuck Woolery is notified. He's like tipped off to which answers are correct, and if one of them is wrong, he's going to go with the ones that are right first. So if they get one wrong answer, it's not going to be until the very last one that it is revealed. Obviously, that's a way of kind of making sure the drama is completely peaked as much as possible. And, it's a game show. You want to do that. All right, back to the show.
Garcia dies.
Okay.
Michael Jackson weds Lisa Marie. That's 2. You're 2 away from $2 million. Johnny Carson does his last television show in the 1990s.
Ooh.
Okay, Phyllis, I'll give you $100,000 there. What we're going to do is add $50,000 to that. And actually, we're going to do it for all of you. So this is worth $150,000 to each one of you. If you press the red button, you're going to stop, keep that $150,000. If you press the green button, you're going to go ahead and bet on the $2 million. Maybe go for 4 later. We'll see. So I'm going to step back. You guys make your decision now. Okay. Everybody done? Let's see where we are. David?
I'm going.
David's going to go. Lauren? Lauren's going to go. Phyllis?
The captain said go for it.
He's going to go. Well, they are 1 question away from $2 million. I've never given away this much money on the show once, have I? Never. This is the most I've ever given away. It's all hinging on Clarence Thomas being appointed to the Supreme Court.
God,
in the
watch it be wrong.
1990s, and was he? That's the question. That will give Phyllis $400,000, David $800,000, and Lauren $800,000.
Yeah, I think it's right. I think they got it because I remember when that happened. I was in high school. Well, this cuts off. I think they may quit after it. I imagine that they would not have cut off that clip if they had gone on and won 4 million or even gone on to play it. Like, I mean, that would have been something else, wouldn't it? All right. It's Game Show Tuesday. Thank you for being here. If you want to text me, 310-776-COONS. If you want to tweet me, it's right here. Let's see. What else do we want to do? Is there another greed moment here that suggests itself, or should we move on to the 70s? Let's go to the 70s. As I said, this next show is called Hugh. It's sort of a weird, campy game show, but it's an awful lot of fun. I feel like you'll hear him say charge at various points throughout the game, and I feel like, God, if ever there was an alternative title that was staring them in the fucking face, Charge should be the name of this game show, not Hugh. As I like to do, let's look at Wikipedia really fast and see what it says about the Hugh game show. And I'll let you see what I'm seeing here. Okay, it is here. Good. So let's switch over to good old Wikipedia, and you can see what I'm seeing. Hugh is an American game show that aired on CBS from late 79, or from April 79 until May 1980. So it was 1 year. Hosted by Tom Kennedy. He's kind of a mediumly notorious game show host. Rod Roddy was the announcer, very famous. Game was created by Jay Wolpert, blah, blah, blah. You don't care. Okay, really fast. The main game is, 2 contestants. We'll get to that. The Gauntlet of Villains is sort of the bonus game. It has these 10 wooden caricatures of stereotypical villains, and each one of them has a trivia question. This actually names them. I don't think they're ever mentioned as far as their names, but Alphonse the Gangster, Bruno the Headsman, blah, 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 Nero the Fiddler, Lucretia the Witch. Okay, whatever. That's totally not important, but that's amusing to me, having seen the show. It was on opposite. It was on. This doesn't say it. I don't think. I'm pretty sure my friend told me it was on opposite Family Feud, which is why it was kind of funny, because apparently Richard Dawson would talk about how many rules they had on Hugh. Was it this game? Might have been. I might be getting that wrong. That might be another game I'm thinking of. So let's not even go any further down that road. Nor is it important, but there was a time at which Richard Dawson on Family Feud would say things like, and they're just getting done over on the other network, finishing saying the rules, and they would make fun, blowing shit at the competing game show on CBS instead of ABC. Okay. But enough. I'm not going to bother explaining the rules too much because it'll take forever. Let's just go ahead and watch this episode of Hugh. I'm going to try and pick the one that's the best quality. And I'm going to say it's this one from August 27th. Close calls. Oh, man, the camera's on me again. God damn it. Sorry, guys. And this is not necessarily a very high-quality video either. Let me switch back to the YouTube screen. This Google software, I tell you what, not necessarily great. Let's go pick another file besides that one and hope that this one is slightly higher quality. Well, heck, now we've got an ad that we're playing. So let's not have you look at the ad. I really try hard to spare you the commercials that pop up on YouTube because, I mean, the last thing you want to see in watching cBass After Dark is commercials. And sometimes they're unskippable on YouTube. So you got to kind of sort of weasel your way through it here. I will go back to the switch over screen and let you see again. Hugh, this is Melissa versus Tony, 1979. And I don't know what this quality is going to be like. You can hear the audio pretty good. Close calls, narrow escapes.
Split-second decision. And $25,000 in cash. A combination guaranteed to make you say. And now here's the host of our show, Tom Kennedy.
How you doing, gang? Thank you very much. Welcome to our show. You pronounce it, and you play it with two bright.
See, the announcer can't say it. He can't say it loud. It's all really weird. Why would they choose that as a title? Did anybody say this?
Melissa Alsabre so far has earned $1,580. She is hard at work out at UCLA in her junior year.
That's right.
In linguistics. Is husband Zane with you today in the audience?
Sure is.
Are you out there, Zane? Yeah. All right. Are you out there, Zane? Yeah. Okay. Tony Smith from Detroit, wanting to relocate now on the West Coast. Right. Former football player. Ex-football player. Current salesman.
Right.
I haven't asked you what you sold. Without giving me a brand name, what do you sell?
Sporting goods equipment. I deal with countries overseas.
Oh, I see.
Foreign buyers, yeah.
Very good. And now, the situation is this, ladies and gentlemen. They have 1 round apiece. You see, it takes 2 rounds to win this game. So Melissa has won 1 round, and so that means that we have a tiebreaker coming up. And Melissa, you get to make the choice. The board is devoted to birds. Or do you want to charge?
I think I'll charge.
The charger goes over there. Okay. Goes over behind the stop sign.
So here's the board. Now, each of these questions has sort of a statement that has an underlined word that's false. The person in the little the person on the left here with the slash circle through it has got to place stoppers, essentially, like blockers, in the path of this. You have to go from the bottom to the top and answer like a certain number of questions. You generate money and time in the bonus game.
To win the round and the game, at the top of that.
Oh, good Lord.
It's 6 blocks. On that bongo time, you hit one of those blocks, you're going to lose 5 seconds.
Yeah, every time she hits a block placed there by the tall black guy, she loses 5 seconds out of her 60.
But if you get to the top, you'll win. Have it.
Man, I had no idea this was going to be this bad. And this is the one I've seen before, which is why I thought it was better than this.
Charge right on out of here, Melissa. Out of sight.
So she goes off stage for a minute, and he places his 6 blocks.
Only place 1 on the 6th level if you choose. No more than 3 on any of the others. You'll be credited with the amount of money attached to the blocks that Melissa might encounter. Let's do it now.
Well, it's down to the wire.
How are you in defense?
I have to be good now.
Let's do it.
I'm a defensive player.
All right.
I will skip level 1 and I will skip level 2. But boy, oh boy, on level 3, I am going to lay it on her and but good.
Tell us about it.
Level 3, $10, $20, and $30. Now, after that, well, she'll be breathing hard. She'll be really nervous. So I'll move on up to level 5, and I'll place 1 on number 10 and 20.
Now you have 1 remaining.
And I'll go up to the 6th level, $200.
Okay, there you have it. You want to get into sportscasting, you call a good game. You really do. It's the tiebreaker, ladies and gentlemen. Here comes Melissa. Right in here, Melissa.
Birds and bees is the category.
If time is running out, say long shot. We'll stop the clock. It can be tough going, but it'll take you immediately to the 6th level. It deals with birds and bees. So giving me the level and the money amount. Charge!
Level 110.
110. The first lovers were Adam and Hawks. Charge!
Level 210.
210. If a woman accepts a man's proposal, she becomes officially enraged.
Engaged.
Charge!
Level 310.
310.
Oh, block. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Same level 3.
40.
340. In the female, the ova passes through the uterus through the Ethiopian tube.
Fallopian tube.
Charge!
Level 410.
410. An old hit favorite was I'm in the Nude for Love.
Move.
Charge!
Level 510.
510.
Oh, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
540. In early Playboy centerfolds, some parts of the Playmates were airmailed away.
He airbrushed.
Charge!
Level 6200.
6200.
Oh, 5, 4, 3, 2.
1.
Long shot. Okay, so she got to jump to the end.
I'm sorry, you cannot call for a long shot on the.
Oh, right. You can't call for a long shot if you're already at the 6th level, so the black guy won. Really complicated fucking game, but not a bad game. I like those clues and how you have to replace the underlined word.
On the 6th level, you only get one shot at that. Tony is our champ. We have to say goodbye to Melissa Al-Sabri, but you take with you $1,580, and we thank you very, very much. You're welcome. Bye-bye. Thank you, man. Thank you. Hey, Tony, congratulations. Son of a gun. Now, let's take a look. You caught her on 1, 2 blocks below, 1 up above. You're now the champ, and now we're going to add up your money. I hope it's
What happened here?
a lot, because the more money you've made, the better chance you're going to have when he attempts our Gauntlet of Villains for $25,000 right after this.
Obviously, we don't have to watch the commercials, although if there's occasional commercials here, sometimes they're really funny.
Choose from the largest selection in the West and save as much as a half off on all colors and styles in stock. Here's proof. This 100% nylon.
These commercials kind of intrigued me from the 70s, but fortunately, we'll skip them. Because now he gets to go up against that gauntlet of 10 wooden bad guys and their trivia questions. It's really weird and campy, but cute.
On the West Coast, and I'm sure you could use $25,000 long about now.
You could buy a garage in California.
Yeah, store gas in it. Now, I'd like to introduce you to 10 of the most licentious lackeys who ever stood between a salesman and his money, and here they are right there, Tony. What do they say today, Tony? Here comes the sad part. As a former football player, how do they look to you?
They look just like Woody Hayes and 9 guys from Ohio State.
Well, if you can
little football humor there, I guess.
Villains 1 through 10, you're going to win, as I said, $25,000 in cash. Now, the whole thing is, how much time do you have? Well, you have 60 seconds, and added plus 1 second for each $100 you have earned so far. So between charging and blocking, you won $350, which means you're going to have 3 seconds added to your basic 60 seconds for a total of 63 seconds.
You're lost in these rules yet? These rules are pretty insane.
So you take your position, and I will take mine. You have 63 seconds on the clock right up there. That's good. Okay. 63 seconds on the clock. The gauntlet and the clock will begin with the first bell. During World War II, the American Third Army was led by General George Jessel. Patent! Chippendale's a famous name in the world of chipmunks. Furniture! The mischievous child star who became Josephine the Plumber was Jane Comet. Withers! A group of lions is called a kingdom. Damn!
No.
It said that where the rainbow touches the ground, you'll find a pot of stew. Go! The Declaration of Independence was written by Thomas Becket. Jefferson! The word connubial refers to the state of Connecticut. Happiness! The planet closest to the sun is sweaty. Uranus! In 1978, Princess Margaret divorced Lord Snowball. Snowden! At Christmas, you hear the sad tale of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Rhino. Reindeer! The largest port city in the Philippine Islands is Philadelphia. Manila! The Emmy-winning talk show host whose show comes from Chicago is Phil Lupino. Counting you! Early pictures with sound were called talkies. Talkies!
Yeah, okay, so you can win against the 10 wooden guys there. It's not impossible. In fact, despite all those rules, that part's pretty easy. And those monitors all say the same thing. It seems like they have just like a smart-ass line at the beginning and at the end. So the only thing they do is display the correct answer if you get it wrong.
Somebody's going to knock me right over to stage 34. Let's see what the villains have to say. It says, want to buy Swampland? We don't. He can do it if he wants. Congratulations. $25,000. A real champ he is. A real champ. Tony Smith. Thanks a lot. Well, you're welcome. Listen, you earned it all. $350 you earned in the playing a game. $25,000 you got now. $5,350. Tony, what are you going to do with it?
I am going around the world.
Beautiful. Have a good time. Well earned. Thank you very much. Tony Smith, Grand Champion. We'll be back in a minute with more of...
See, it even gets lost when the music's playing and he says it. We'll be back right on cue. You can't say that word in a loud way in any kind of quality.
Oh, I can't fold
nervous, right? Relax, Don. You have a nice trip mapped out.
It's not the trip. The doctor says caffeine makes him nervous.
Oh, you should drink Sanka brandy, Captain.
Sanka.
Hidden Valley Ranch. Nobody else has our
I like that
secret
Sanka
recipe.
commercial.
Nobody else has our special taste.
I tell you that Tony Smith is one happy fella and a powerful winner. Great concentration. That's the way you play our game. Let's play some more. Let's bring out now Shalene Kreider and Howard Wilson. Hello, Shalene. How are you? That's good. Howard, good to see you. Did you see Tony Smith walk away with in excess of $25,000?
Sure
You know the same thing can happen to you?
I'm planning on it.
Tell us about Shalene Kreider.
Well, I moved out here with my husband and my fat cat and my horse, and I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.
Well, I'll be darned. How long ago was that?
About a month and a half ago.
Yeah, it sounds like it was 5 minutes ago. Honey.
I'm just kidding. We're happy to have you. And you don't have an accent?
No, everybody here's funny out here.
I guess you're right. I hadn't thought of it that way. Howard Wilson, give us the Howard Wilson story.
I'm a tooling controller for a company that manufactures external fuel tanks for the aerospace industry, and I'm currently enjoying the life of a newlywed.
An external fuel tank. In other words, anything that's mounted on the outside of whatever
Yes.
the vehicle might be.
Yes. A new one.
Okay, what about the rest of it? You say we're
I'm
married?
enjoying the life of a newlywed.
Oh, how long?
About a week.
Is that all?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Terrific. And they said it wouldn't last. Well, that's silly. All right, now, Howard, I've been informed that you won the toss of the coin backstage, so you get to choose whether to charge or block. The first word is word politics, the second one to business. On politics, Howard, do you want to charge or block?
I'll block.
You're going to block? Okay,
Yes.
the blocker goes behind the stop sign, and the charger is going to charge right on out at this point, Shalene. So you go on out of there, out of sight and out of hearing. And now, Howard, you've been married, how many weeks did you say?
About a week.
1 week.
Is your wife with you in the studio?
No, she's at home. Actually, she's at work, just in case I blow it.
Right. All right. Now, Charlene is out of sight and out of hearing, and you know how this works, so play.
Okay, just in case she decides to play it safe, we'll put a block on level 1 for $10.
Uh-huh.
Okay, now let's see. In case she gets through my block and makes it on number 2, she'll get confident and go for level 3, $50.
Level 3, 50.
Whatever, that seems stupid.
Okay, now let's see. Just to keep the middleman happy, let's put one at 30 on the same level.
3, 30.
Yes. Okay, now let's jump to level 5. Okay, and level 5, let's hope that she's getting a little worried now and decides to play it safe and put a block on 10 and 20.
1 remaining.
Okay, on level 6, since the 350 and the 500 are harder, my best bet overall would be to block the 200.
Very good, sir. We'll soon find out how that works out for you. Howard wants the game. That's obvious. He's a newlywed. But Shalene, having just arrived here from Atlanta, she also wants it, don't you?
I sure do.
All right. Now, you have 60 seconds to get to the top. And remember, you can call for the long shot. You know about that, don't you, Shalene? All right. So giving me the level.
That long shot thing is if you're getting close to the end of your time and you're not on the 6th level, you could say long shot and it takes you to the top and it stops the clock and you can finish.
And the money amount. Charge.
Level 1, $20.
120. Jimmy Carter's brother's name is Mud.
Billy.
Charge.
Level 2, $20.
220. Congressman Thomas P. O'Neill holds the title of Speaker of the House.
Speaker.
Charge.
Level 3, $20.
320. John C. Calhoun resigned the vice presidency to become a U.S. janitor.
Senator.
Charge.
$420.
420. At the 1976 Republican Convention, Gerald Ford was nominated and Ronald McDonald came in second.
Reagan.
Charge.
$20.
520. Block.
Oh, block.
4, 3,
2.
1. Same level 5.
Level 5, $10.
510.
Oh!
4, 3, 2, 1. Same level 5.
$40.
540. Voters in rural areas without voting machines have the right in their choices on a pullet.
A ballot.
Charge.
Level 6, $200.
6,200. Block. 4, 3, 2, 1. And time is up. Howard wins the round. You got it, Howard.
I'm not a big fan of Tom Kennedy, the host, but I like this game.
For a minute there, she was doing beautifully. You finally caught up with her there on the 5th round with those 2 blocks, and then the last one on the 6th round did you in. So, Howard wins the 1st round. It takes 2 rounds to win the game. So now the blocker becomes the charger, and the charger becomes the blocker. That means you're not going to be the charger. Charge on out of here. Shalene, you're the blocker right over there. Round 2 after this.
All right, we'll watch this finish here.
Really
Oh, how about that hair?
We have a lot of fun. But sometimes I feel irregular and need a laxative that's gentle and predictable.
Jail. Jack Morton stars in the Bad News Bears.
Welcome back to round 2 of our show. As you can see, our charger is already tucked away. And so now, Shalene Kreider, there's the board to move the business. You may now place your 6 blocks.
Okay, I'm going to kind of lay back on levels 1 and level 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, on level 3, I'm going to go with 10, 20, and 30. I'm going to skip level 4 and kind of getting psyched out on level 5.
All right.
Level 5, I'm going to go with 20 and 30.
All right, now you have 1 left.
Okay, on level 6, I'm going to try with 350.
That's your wish is our command. Let's see how it works out for you. Of course, Howard won the first round, and here he comes back. He's charging in this round. If you win this round, you will win the game and have a chance at $25,000. If Shalene wins the round, we will have a tiebreaker. The board deals with business. You know about the long shot and all of that.
Yes.
You have 60 seconds to get to the top, so giving me the level and the dollar amount. Toss!
Level 120.
120. If the IRS believes you've been juggling your books, they audition you. Same level 1.
Level 110.
110. When your boss gives you a raise, it means you'll have an increase in your salary.
Salary.
Charge.
230.
230. When you buy a prudential policy, you get a piece of a rock.
The rock.
Charge.
Level 320.
320.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Level 3.
Level 330.
330.
Ah!
4, 3, 2. Same level 3.
Level 340.
340. Cities can borrow money from citizens by selling cummerbund.
Same pot.
Same level 3.
Level 310.
310. 4, 3, 2, 1. Same level 3.
Level 410.
Level 3.
Level 350.
Level 350. In 1954.
Long shot.
It's a good thing you kept your eye on the clock.
So, okay, he gets to jump to the top.
The only thing you can do with 2 seconds on the clock. That will take you immediately to the 6th level. Shalene, on your podium are 3 secret buttons. Press one of them right now, which will place a secret block on the 6th level. Howard, there may also be a previously placed block on that level. If you find the blooper and you correct it, you not only win the round, you win the game. Anything else, and Shalene wins the round, and we have a tiebreaker. Which position do you want, Howard?
350.
350.
Okay, so it's 1 each. This is almost over.
Come over here, and Shalene. It's now 1 round for Shalene Kreider, 1 round for Howard Wilson, and now we're going to have our tiebreaker. Incidentally, on level 3, it was not putt-putt, it was American. On level 3, it was not cummerbunds, it was municipal bonds, and it was not audition, it was audit. Okay?
Yeah,
now,
if
the
you
next
didn't
category is
skip
show
audit.
business. Shalene, on show business. This is your choice. Do you want to block or charge?
I want to charge.
You want to charge? All right, charge right on out of here. Howard, over there in blocking position. Be back in a minute.
So, okay, I think they don't have the time to play this game at the end here.
What should I use to clean my bathroom?
Fantastic.
But that's my kitchen cleaner. What about my...
Risk my life for this.
Oh, 9 Lives with Sylvester.
On the wrong side of the rug? No 9 Lives. Worth risking your life for.
A tie-breaking round next time on...
Yeah. As you can see, what I was saying a minute ago, that is the worst title for a game show, in part because there's this alternative title staring you in the fucking face. The alternative title is Charge, right? Why is a game that has Charge in it over and over and over not called Charge? I just really don't get the 70s mindset at all. It's Game Show Tuesday. We're having a good time. I kind of want to watch another one of those, but let's see here. Let's look at, we can do body language. There's, I mean, sort of, oh gosh, 24-hour GSM, the Cube, What's My Line. Let's do a little bit of What's My Line. I kind of always do this in the middle of the show. 1950s television is just my favorite kind of game show, and this is no exception. Hopefully it'll play. Okay, it's going to play an ad really fast that I can skip in 5 seconds, and then we'll be able to proceed. So let's just see what we have on What's My Line here. Brought to us by the great folks at Stop at Deodorant. Poof, there goes perspiration. All right, here we go with What's My Line. We may not watch the whole thing. We'll watch a couple rounds of it. I want to get to the celebrity.
My Line, brought to you by Stop at Spray Deodorant. Poof, there goes perspiration. Poof Deodorant Body Powder, the body powder you spray. The Nest Shampoo, the new flowing cream shampoo.
It's weird. The quality of this game show is actually better than the quality of the 70s tape we just watched.
All created by Dr. Jules Montagnier, the famous cosmetic chemist. Time now to enjoy What's My Line? Today is back from a visit to San Antonio, Texas, Miss Dorothy Kilgallen.
Yay! Love Dorothy Kilgallen. She's my favorite. She's so cute.
On my left, one of the bright young wits of radio, television, and the theater, Mr. Steve Allen.
Yay! Steve Allen.
She looked pretty quick, didn't she? And on my left, one of the lovely ladies of radio and television who tomorrow will spend the day in Dayton, Ohio, Arlene Francis.
Arlene Francis is also cute.
Thank you, Steve. And
Not my favorite, though.
left, the charming publisher not only of Random House books, but those wonderful children's books, the Landmark books, Mr. Bennett Cerf.
And on our left is our peerless newscaster, panel moderator, leader, and occasionally misleader, Mr. John Charles Daly.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to What's My Line, presented by StopX. Once again tonight, we're going to have some visitors who brought with them some very pleasant, we hope, unexpected and difficult occupations, so they'll give the panel some trouble and carry home some prizes. We'll have a famous guest challenger before our experts over there a bit later on, but now it's time to get going with the first of the experts' jobs. That is, we bring out our first challenger, and they've got to find out what the line is. So would you sign in, please, sir?
Jacob
Hertzberg. Jacob Hertzberg. Is that right, sir? Mr. Hertzberg, would you be good enough to tell us first where you're from?
Philadelphia.
From Philadelphia. Well, the city of brotherly love sent you here. I sent you out with some brothers and sisters. Would you go?
He's too busy glad-handing the panel.
And I trust that you give them so much trouble that they won't be friends, at least so friendly.
We'll give them plenty.
All right, good. Now, on the basis of your handwriting and this handshake and this brief acquaintanceship here, we always give them one free guess as to what your line may be. We'll begin the free guesses, as always, with Miss Kilgallen.
I think that Mr. Hertzberg is a diamond cutter.
A diamond cutter. Mr. Allen. I think he's a printer's double. Miss Francis.
I think he's a marriage broker, if they have those anymore.
Mr. Cerf.
I think Mr. Hertzberg repairs watches.
No, I'm afraid nobody has it right.
So one of the things I've never heard is what happens if they nail it on the random guess at the beginning. Like, I don't think I've ever seen that. I don't think it's recorded that it ever happened, but
We'll let our viewers have a
I have a question. I want to know.
And at the same time, we'll tell them what his line is.
Oh my God. I mean, they'll get to he makes clothes of some kind. They always get to that, but I don't know if they'll get spats. Spats is really specific.
Every time you get a no answer out of them, it'll cost them $5. We'll keep a record of that up here.
That's all, $5?
Only $5. And 10 of these no's and you've won the game. All right, Mr. Hertzberg is self-employed. With that, let's begin the general questioning with Dorothy Kilgallen.
Mr. Hertzberg, is there a product involved in what you do?
Yes.
Is it a product that benefits people?
Yes.
Are they happier or better off because of what you do?
Yes.
Is this anything that would be found in a home?
Yes.
Would it be found there appropriately?
What does that mean?
I mean, it's appropriate to a home. It wouldn't be a comedy thing to have around the house.
Well, if it was in the home, it would be in the home properly, yes.
Do you ever find it anywhere besides a home?
Yes.
Is it smaller than a piano?
No.
Wait a second. What?
Is it smaller than a piano.
Yes.
Did he misunderstand that? That was weird. Maybe he thought.
Picture in my mind now. But we have to love again.
Maybe he thought she said bigger.
Is it quite a bit smaller than a piano?
Is it what?
Quite a bit smaller than a piano.
Is it quite?
Yes.
Is it smaller than an accordion?
Yes.
To find out with us.
Try a harmonica.
Is it bigger than a harmonica?
Yes.
Then it's something I could carry around with me.
Is it something you could carry around with you?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Would it be inappropriate if I walked down Fifth Avenue carrying it?
Now, wait a minute. Let's have that question again, because this is very tricky. Would you ask that again?
Well, I was wondering if it would look inappropriate or odd. Would people notice it? And perhaps remark on it?
Are spats a male-only thing? I'm not sure.
If you walk down Fifth Avenue carrying it, would it be inappropriate?
No. I'm glad to get that no.
1 down and 9 to go, Mr. Evans. It's something then that would be quite normal for a woman to be seen on the street with.
Well,
No, I don't think we can say it would be quite normal, because to the degree of usage here, we must take some balance, and we cannot allow imbalance into that go down.
they're like, what the fuck?
Is it a useful product?
Yes.
Is it also decorative in some way?
Yes.
But should it be left in a room rather than carried around?
No.
No.
3 down and 7 to go, Mr. Seth.
Mr. Hertzberg, would you describe this as an article of apparel of some sort? Yes.
Yeah. They were going to get there eventually.
Worn more by one sex than the other? Yes. Would that sex, by any chance, be the female sex? No.
No.
4 down and 6 to go, Mr. Gallup.
I mean, this is something that it would be quite all right for me to walk down Fifth Avenue carrying it, but it would probably belong to my husband if I did.
Let's hope so.
And I wouldn't get last, even if it were unwrapped.
Well, now you're getting into an area which, if you would like to explore it further, we'd be very happy to help you.
Well, John, when I described walking down Fifth Avenue, and I don't know why I'm making such a production about walking down Fifth Avenue, but when I described this, you said that it wouldn't startle anybody. And I was assuming, and I hope you were assuming, that I wasn't carrying this in a box or wrapped up and concealed. I meant in full view.
I would say this: there is no reason why you should not, if you had considered such a purchase for your husband, carry the object down Fifth Avenue.
Unwrapped.
You might find 1 or 2 citizens who would turn and say, well, but it's not untoward per se.
When a gentleman wears this, is it visible usually?
Yes.
Does he wear it at any particular time of the day or night?
No.
No. We'll have a small conference right there.
No.
It's 5 down.
Oh, what?
5 down and 5 to go, Mr. Allen. And I'm going to give you 1 minute and a half more on it. Is it worn from the waist up? Is it worn from the waist up?
Nope.
6 down and 4 to go, Miss
It's
Fred.
one from the waist down.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
Very good.
And it shows.
It has been elicited that it shows.
Is it in the pants family?
Ooh. Not really.
7 down and straight to go, Mr. Fred.
Trousers, excuse me.
I'm sorry.
I'm awfully sorry.
These trousers were made just right.
Would this then, Mr. Hertzberg, be worn below the knee? Yes. In the region, possibly, of the foot? Yes. I take it this has nothing to do with toes, since it's visible. No.
Yes, you take it correctly that it has nothing to do with toes.
Might this be worn somewhere on the ankle? Yes. Is this an article of clothing that is worn only by fops and very fancy people like spats?
Wow. We got it. Just spat it out, so to speak. Is he got a gun? Oh, no.
You sit down just a second. That is what it is, it's spat. Now, wait a minute, Bennett. You have learned that it is a spat, and now you have to tell us what Mr. Hertzberg has to do with spat.
Well, he looks like to me like a magnificent spat manufacturer.
Then I think we'd have to buy. Mr. Hertzberg makes men's spats. Here is a sample of one of them. And, Mr. Hertzberg, you gave them a rough time. Congratulations.
I'm glad of it, but it wasn't rough enough.
It wasn't rough enough. What is that accent he's got? Like Austrian or something.
Very good beginning. Now let's see what you can do with another challenge. Will you sign in, please, ma'am? Norma?
Norma Ray. No.
Norma Moya. Is that right?
I get a kick out of this shit so much.
Wapwallopin, Pennsylvania.
Do that again.
Wapwallopin, Pennsylvania.
From Wapwallopin, Pennsylvania. Well, if we're going to give the panel a wallopin, you better walk down there in front. Let's
John Daly is such a smart, honey guy. Wapwallopin.
All right, Miss Moya, would you come over here now, please, and sit down next to me? And as I think you know, at this point, we always give the panel one free guess as to what your line may be. We begin the free guess, as always, with Miss Dorothy Kilgallen.
I think she does fancy beading.
Fancy beading?
Beading?
Mr. Allen. I think she's a dock walloper.
I think she has a roadside restaurant.
Mr. Sir.
I think she names Pullman cars.
No, nobody has it. We let our viewers have another look at Miss Moya at the same time.
She names Pullman cars?
Panel's got a dig.
She rivets army cots. Jesus Christ. Okay. I've often said the ones that are you think they'll never get, sometimes they get fast.
Every no answer you can get out of them costs them $5, which is the record up here. 10 no's, you've won the game. All right, Miss Moya is salaried. With that, let's begin the general questioning with Steve Allen. Is there a product connected with your work, Ms. Moya? Is it the kind of a thing that I might come into contact with?
Yes.
Really? Army cots?
If I did come into contact with it, might I possibly derive a certain amount of pleasure from it? Might. Is it possible that a young lady can also use this?
Yes.
Is it in any way connected with recreation or relaxation?
Yes.
Yes. Let's see. Is wood any part of its makeup?
Yes.
It is?
Might it be nice to have one of these around a lake or a river, say during a summer vacation, something of that sort?
Yes.
To make sure I'm on the right track, are these big enough for people to get into?
Yes.
I don't get why the audience is cracking up.
Would it be unwise to overcrowd one of these?
That's funny.
Yes.
I take it that I am right in assuming that these are never equipped with a motor, is that right?
No.
Yeah, you are right in assuming that they are not equipped with a motor, yeah. I don't like that reaction.
Yeah, they always use the audience to figure out.
If a young man and a young lady happen to get into one of these, does the man have to...
Wow, okay. They're going to give it away.
Next question. What I wanted to get at was, and I guess I'm not going to get at it. I seem to be way off the track. Arlene, would you like to take over?
Pass it.
Well, that's quite a can of tomatoes.
I wanted to know if he had to do the paddling. That's all I was trying to find out.
Is this something that should be? Is this supposed to be kept on land?
Is this supposed to be kept on
Or is
land?
it found on land, this product?
Yes.
Is it found on land, preferably to being found on sea?
Well, the small conference I've been wanting to anyway. Pretty sneaky over there. Actually, you posed quite a question.
Why, is it amphibious?
Mr. Well, we don't want to give you any information that would be too helpful, but I think that to be completely fair, we should say that you'll see them on land, but it is also equally possible that you might find them at sea. If that puts you at sea, that would be
certainly have.
Yes.
Is this in any way something that you might use during a rest period?
A rest period?
Yeah.
No.
You can rest on it or in it? Yes. Would it ever be found
She hasn't
in
got
a garden?
Single no. There we go.
Square garden.
I think, considering the specific line of questioning there, we would say no, because this is not the sort of thing that you would expect to find in the garden. One down and 9 to go, Mr. Fair.
Miss Moyle, could this possibly be in the sleeping bag family?
The sleeping bag family?
Would people sleep in it or on it?
They could.
Well, do they sometimes sleep in it or on it?
Yes.
Is it soft?
Well? Well, give us what's hard, and we'll tell you whether it's soft.
Well, all the girls on this program are not hard. They're soft.
2 down and 8 to go.
Thank you for the compliment, but it ruined you. So what have we determined now about softness? And incidentally, John, you owe the young lady another $5.
Oh, good. 3 down, 7 to go.
Forgot to flip it to Steve. No, that's enough. Have we established that this is softer than we are or harder? I was confused by that last question.
This was so difficult, I just flipped the card anyway. Why don't you leave it there?
Oh.
It is not hard in the sense of terrible hardness. It is not soft in the sense of terrible softness.
It's just comfy.
It could be.
Well, is it meant to be, or let us say, is it not incongruous when somebody sleeps on or in this thing?
Yes, it is not incongruous.
Yes, it's not incongruous.
Yeah.
Yes, it's not incongruous. No.
Does it have then any other use?
Does it have any other use?
Yes.
Thank you. That's 4 down and 6 to go. I'm going to give you 1 more minute, Mr. Allen.
This hard and soft confusion seems to me that it might be something like a canvas cot or something.
Oh!
Am I in the right neighborhood, or should I get a cab?
I think you're in the right neighborhood, yes.
Well,
But he didn't just get it.
Canvas cot of some kind?
Yes, I think we have to buy. Actually, the Army cot is the general name. Yes, that's fine, Steve. But now you still have to tell me what Miss Boyer has to do with canvas cot.
Okay.
I'd rather have her tell me. But, do you sell canvas cot?
No.
Sell them, did you say? That's 5 down and 5 to go, Miss Francis.
You test them?
That's
No.
6 down and 4 to go, Mr. Sir.
You make them.
Well, something to do with the making. You have to be more specific.
You put together the canvas and the cotton.
No.
That makes it 7 down and 3 to go. We're looking for 1 word.
Does she inspect them?
That makes it 8 down and 2 to go, Mr. Allen.
She paints them.
That's 9 down and 1 to go, Miss Francis.
She stitches them.
Oh.
This is very close, but that is a no. That's 10 down and no more. Go. She rivets them. She puts those
The rivets. That was what was important and interesting.
Thanks very much for being our guest. It was lovely having you with us. Good night.
All right, I just want to get to the celebrity one, which is probably next.
The appearance of our mystery celebrity. My friends in the panel would know our guests on site, so we have, as always, provided them with blindfolds. Are those blindfolds all in place, panel?
Yes, sir.
Good. Will you come in, mystery challenger, and sign in, please?
Harold and Maude. No. Harold Lloyd. I don't know who Harold Lloyd is.
As you know, in the case of our mystery celebrity, we always dispense with the preliminaries, get right down to the general questioning, which we will begin with Mr. Bennett, sir.
Well, judging by the thunderous applause, I would say that you're a familiar person to the public. Are you in the entertainment world of some sort?
Yeah, sure.
Do you ever perform outdoors?
Yeah, sure.
Would you say that you're outstandingly a sports personality?
No, I don't think so.
1 down and 9 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Well, are you more of a show business personality than a sporting personality?
Yes. Yes.
Show business.
Are you an actor in any sense of the word?
Yeah, an actor.
Are you accustomed to appearing before cameras of any kind?
Yes, sure.
Do you appear before motion picture cameras, or have you ever?
Yeah.
Do you also appear on television?
Yeah.
He's on television right now.
When you appear in the movies, are you a leading man?
When you appear in the movies, are you a leading man?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I am.
You get the girl in pictures sometimes?
You get the girl in the picture.
Yeah, yeah.
Would you describe yourself as a romantic type?
No.
Shoot out, do you also amuse people? I mean, is it part of the nature of your work to be funny sometimes in certain roles? Yeah, I do. Might you even be either loosely or very definitely referred to now and then as a comedian? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
Are you over 35? Yes. That's as far as I'll go. Is your chief fame derived from your work in motion pictures? Yeah. Wow. Have I seen one of your pictures, perhaps at the first run theater in the last year? No. That's
No.
3,007 to go, Miss Francis.
Well, if you're over 35 and you haven't seen your picture in the last year, is it possible that you have been in pictures for a great many years?
Yeah.
And you are a comedian, shall we say, very daringly of the old school?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, unlike Lewis. I mean, you're sort of more like Laurel and Hardy.
Okay, I looked him up really fast. Charlie Chaplin and Buster Keaton are the ones that are listed alongside him.
Age group in pictures. Have you been in pictures that long?
Yeah.
Were there...
He did silent comedies.
Bathing girls in pictures that you were in?
No, I don't. We had just about 3 minutes to go, and it's 4 down and 6 to go. Minutes served.
Have you ever appeared on the Broadway stage?
No. That makes it 5 down and 5 to go. Miss Dorothy Kilgallen.
Well, did you appear in silent pictures?
Yeah.
Were you in more silent pictures than talking pictures?
Yeah, sure.
Did you ever say in a picture in which you were in a football uniform?
Yeah.
Does she know it?
Were you the type that would hang out of windows?
Yeah,
and
that's him. I'm looking at it right on Wikipedia. She's got him.
Want to borrow my glasses?
Are you that wonderful comedian Harold Lloyd?
Yeah, I got him. I always think it's funny to do that because very often I have no idea who the celebrity person is at all. Sometimes I do. Sometimes it's somebody very famous, Mickey Mantle, or I believe maybe even Marilyn Monroe was on it once. But yeah, I had no idea really who Harold Lloyd was. So that was interesting. Okay, last game show of the night. Now this is a real treat. By the way, good old Kayak texted me. Hi, Kayak in Texas. Thank you for texting me. He was talking about how he's never seen or heard of the game show we watched earlier called Whew. And again, just saying the name of the game show makes me angry because it shouldn't be called Whew. It should be called Charge. There's a million reasons why. But that said, let's go back now to the game show that I've been saving. I've been looking forward to this all week just because I wanted to bring to you the Magnificent Marble Machine. Let's look at Wikipedia first and just sort of read a little bit about it because holy shit, you thought that game Hugh was a weird game show that you have never heard of and feel like you knew game shows of the 70s, and holy shit. Here's one that's even weirder. The Magnificent Marble Machine. All right. Only 3 episodes exist. This I know for sure. It was on NBC 1975, the year I was born. And it was produced by Merrill Hayter and Bob Quigley. You know those names as the people who produced Hollywood Squares later. 2 contestants, 1 a returning champion, competed, each paired with a celebrity partner. And they answer questions, and in the bonus round, they get to play the giant pinball machine, measuring 20 feet high and 12 feet long that sat in the middle of the set. They each manipulated 1 button, each of which controlled 2 flippers. And then if they reach a target score, they get to play with a golden ball for money. Recordings of episode 4 featuring Florence Henderson and Roddy McDowell are held by private collectors and can be seen on YouTube. That may be the one we're going to watch. I'm not sure. A recording of the first All-Star episode from 1976 exists at UCLA. A recording of the second can be found at the Paley Center for Media. Comedian David Brenner mentions it on The Tonight Show. Earlier that day, he and Florence Henderson won $56,000 and 6 cars for 2 contestants. All right, let's watch now. I believe you should be able to see it here. We'll watch the credits, which are goofy, and then we'll watch the 6 parts of the show, which are here on YouTube. It's just fucking priceless, and this is really high quality, actually. Magnificent marble machine. 1975, baby. Fabulous prizes, giant stars. You'll love it, trust me. Okay, the one that appears in the credits. Art James. How about the quality of this videotape compared to what we were watching before? This is much better.
Marble machine. That machine is where the payoff is, where one of our players may win cash and prizes totaling $10, $20, maybe $50,000 or more. Now, each of our players will be teamed with a celebrity partner, and right now let's meet our 2 stars.
Okay, hopefully this just goes on in part 1 here. Okay, maybe this quality is not going to be as good.
Machine is where the payoff is, where one of our players may win cash and prizes totaling $10, $20, maybe $50,000 or more. Now, each of our players will be teamed with a celebrity partner, and right now let's meet our 2 stars. 2 of the greatest pinball players of all time, Florence Henderson and Roddy McDowell.
Florence Henderson and Roddy McDowell from 1975.
You know, this is the 4th day that the 2 of you are with us. 3rd day. It just seems like the 4th day. No, this is the 4th day. Because I keep missing so much. But you did very well on the machine.
It's the 4th day, Roddy. You're really in trouble. Yes, darling.
Yeah. That was the 3rd day. He's on tape at the moment. But anyway, let's find out who your partners are.
Okay, back. As Roddy's partner is a manager from San Bernardino, California. Once again, it's Gary Cornell. And here is a teacher from Encino, Bobby Feinstein.
Oh man, Pantsuit City.
Chance to meet you. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm from Encino, and I have a wonderful husband and 2 little boys. Hi, kids. And
can't do that.
I'm an ex-school teacher, and I'm involved in a lot of craft activities at this point.
Very good.
Did he just say she
But the object of the game
can't say hi to her kids?
Play that machine right behind us, which Gary does very well. But before you can do it, you have to earn your marbles. So everybody in position, let's go, and we'll get started with the magnificent marble machine right after this word.
Right after this word. Okay, here's all the commercials are gone.
Okay, here's how the magnificent marble machine works. First, we'll show you how many words there are in the answer we're looking for. This answer has 6 letters. Then we'll give the clue to that answer. It'll start to travel across our message board. As soon as you think you know the answer, press your button and take a guess. But you must give us the answer exactly as it appears. Now, our 2 contestants will compete in the first round, then our 2 stars. And the first team to score 5 points wins the match, gets to play the magnificent marble machine. All right, contestants, Bobby and Gary, you put your hands on your buzzers. Stars, very important. You may not get involved. You'll have your chance in a moment. You cannot help our 2 contestants. And let's see how many words there are in this first answer. 3 words. Here comes your clue. The presidents had. Yes, Gary. White House. The White House is right, and Gary's on the board. The answer was the White House. which is the president's pen. Now, you've got 1 point for your team, but it takes 5 points to win the game, and here we go with our round 2. Stars. Hands on buzzers.
Yes.
Let's see how many words there are in this answer. It's one word. What are the biggest things on this part of Liz Taylor's body? Her fingers, yes, Florence Henderson? She does not know, which means Roddy McDowell, we're going to give you 5 seconds to come up with the correct answer. Now, the entire clue is revealed, so we'll center it for you. And we'll also reveal the first letter of this answer and give you 5 seconds. Here's the letter. Biggest things on, show the letter. Biggest things on this part of Liz Taylor's body. Yes.
Diamond.
Diamond is right.
God, that display seems really advanced for 1975. That those scrolling letters are really weird.
Well, you've got the right instinct for this game, Florence.
Yeah, it's called lose.
We'll be on the board in a minute here. We're back to the contestants. So here we go, Bobby and Gary. Let's see how many words in this answer. 2 words. Tell me the special kind of embrace you'd expect from this character. Smoking? Yeah, what kind of embrace, Bobby?
Bear hug.
You're right.
Good, bear hug, yeah.
Back to the stars. Ready, Florence? Here we go, Roddy. It's how many words in this answer? 1 word. Here comes your clue. Beatles, Miss Rigby. Yes, Roddy was first.
Eleanor.
He says Eleanor, and he is right. And that is 2 points. Remember, it takes 5 points to get to the magnificent marble machine, and this may be the day that somebody hits our point total and gets to play the all-cash marble machine with that very valuable gold ball. All right, we are to the contestants who are back in play. Stars, you may not help. Here we go. Let's see how many words in this answer. 1 word. Here comes the clue. JJ's word. Yeah, Bobby.
Dynamite.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dynamite.
I thought J.J. Abrams. That's J.J. Walker.
Hey, we have some great prizes on the magnificent marble machine, and here is Johnny Gilbert to tell you about a couple of them.
A 1975 Opel Manta 2.
Oh my God.
Designed and crafted with the economical fuel-injected 4-cylinder engine, and the Guppy 13, designed for family fun, handles easily, cabin sweeps too, with cockpit storage compartments and self-righting feature, complete with custom.
Somehow that boat doesn't look dated, but that car sure did.
And now back to the magnificent marble machine and Art Day.
Thank you. All right, it's a close match. And incidentally, Roddy and Gary, in their last turn at the magnificent marble machine, did the best of anybody so far. They're in the lead now, 3-2, but it takes 5 to win the game. Our stars are in play. Contestants who may not help. Let's take a look at the number of words in this next answer. It's 3 words. Where in the White House might the president go when he feels like this? Very, yes, Roddy McDowell.
The Blue Room?
That's right. The White House is the Blue Room. And when the president's very, very sad, that's where he would go. That was good. That was kind of a cute oblique clue, but you got it. You've got a good team captain there, Gary. Terrific. All right. But Florence and Bobby, you've got to get busy here now.
We'll bounce back.
Contestants, you are back in play. Let's see how many words in this answer. 2 words. Here comes the clue. Driven by Trevino. All right, if you answer correctly, Gary, you've got the game.
Golf drive.
No, that's wrong. All right, Bobby, we're going to you, and we'll give you 5 seconds. We'll help you along by showing you the first letter of the answer. Your time starts as soon as you see it. Here it is. G.
Golf balls.
Yes, golf balls. Very important. That puts you only 1 point behind. All right, Roddy and Florence, it's up to you. Here we go. Let's see how many words in this answer. 3 words. Here comes your clue. She carries a torch. Roddy McDowell, if you'll like to win. What?
Statue of Liberty.
That's right. They won the game. Well, it looks as though the Since I'm going to get richer, Gary can hardly wait to get to the marble machine with Roddy. But anyway, Bobby, your stay with us was all too brief. Nevertheless, you've got some nice gifts just for being with us, and hope you had fun.
Thank you very much. It was really nice.
All right, Florence, just sit tight. You'll be back in the game in just a moment. But to Roddy and Gary Cornell, here's the moment you've been waiting for. Your chance to go, and they're on their way already to the magnificent marble machine.
All right, this is the part I've been waiting for. You got to see this. This giant fucking pinball machine they built.
Here it is. Gary and Roddy, Gary especially, your chance to win some fabulous winnings. We start with all the bumpers dark, right? There is a prize connected with every numbered bumper on this machine. Hit bumper number 4, and Gary Cornell, you will win a trip to Acapulco. Or listen to this. Hit bumpers number 2 and 3, and you're going to win a boat. Now, what's more, every time your ball hits a bumper or anything else that makes a sound, you will score 200 points. Now, if you and Roddy score enough points to hit our goal, you'll get a chance to play one money ball that could be worth a fortune. The goal was not hit last time, so we dropped it 1,000 points. It is now 10,000 points. Now, of course, when the ball drops into this hole at the bottom or this hole up here, it is dead, but for 60 seconds, you can keep it in play by using your flippers like this. This is the flipper that Roddy McDowell will be operating for the first part of our play with the magnificent marble machine. You know how to use
So they get 2 tries at this, 2 60-second tries. And here we go. Boom. Oh, he's got half a boat. Looks like 1,000 gallons of gas, that was. Oh, there it goes. Oh, almost went in that hole, dude. Jewelry. Isn't this tremendous? Giant fucking pinball game. Don't show. Oh, God. All right. It almost ran out of time anyway.
Well, look at this. You've got 2 prizes, half of the boat. All you need is the number 3 bumper to get the rest of the boat. And you're over.
And we get another shot. They switch places.
10,000 points with 5,400. Stand by, take a breather. We'll be right back.
All right. Here's part 4 of 6.
You players on the magnificent marble machine got some very nice gifts just by being with us. Right, John?
Right you are, Art. A weekend for 2 at the Marriott Newport Resort Hotel overlooking the Pacific Ocean. Champagne dinners at any of 4 restaurants, elegance and hospitality, the Newport Beach Marriott. And the clock radio from the famous Spiegel catalog with more than 500 pages, new twice a year with over 50,000 items, providing value, selection, and economy. Spiegel. We'll be back to the magnificent marble machine right after this.
All right. Well, now we're back.
This could be it. The first time anybody hits our goal, which is 10,000.
He's got to get the other half of the boat. I don't care what else he gets. He's got to get the other half of the boat. I love that boat.
Where every bumper is worth $200. All right, but you have to earn it by hitting the goal. And with Roddy's help, you could do it. So, Roddy, you're at the plunger. Okay, let her go. The ball is going up to the machine. Trying for 10,000 points. And if you hit the number 3 bumper, you got the boat. Hey, this could be it. No, it's going off the other way.
There he goes. He got the other half of the boat. All right, I'm happy. I think there's a car there, too. Does he get the car also if he gets one of these dark? That's the trip to Acapulco. And he just got the goal, so now he gets to play for the cash with the golden ball. There's the grandfather clock. There's records. So he got all the prizes. That's all there is to get. And he hit the goal of the points. He doesn't need to keep playing. Holy shit, that's so much fun, dude. I cannot believe they didn't have this game, like, go on.
You hit the goal. You have every prize prize in the machine, and that means in just a moment you get a chance at our money ball. But first, let's see what prizes you've won so far. Here comes Johnny.
Yes, here they are. On bumper number 1, you've won $500 worth of traveler's checks, $500 in protected money for your traveling, courtesy of the magnificent marble machine. Bumper number 7, a library of 40 records, including Maureen McGovern's Academy Award performance, furnished by 20th Century Records.
Okay.
Bumper number 6, a $500 jewelry treasure and chest, including necklaces, earrings, rings, everything to add a special sparkle.
Jewelry, I remember seeing that. Okay.
By celebrity jewelry. On bumper number 5, a solid walnut 74-inch grandfather clock with moving moon dial to enhance the beauty and charm of your home. Furnished by the Emperor Clock Company. Bumper number 4, we'll fly you from Los Angeles for a week for 2 at the El Presidente Hotel in Acapulco. A luxury hotel with twin towers on the sea, beach, pool, and gardens. Restaurants, bars, and lounges feature Mexican and international specialties furnished by Americana Hotels. And yes, you've won that brand new Guppy 13 sailboat worth over $2,000 with our congratulations from the magnificent marble machine.
You know, it may not seem possible to top your total winning so far of $8,664 in prizes, Gary Cornell, but this could do it. Suddenly, everything on the magnificent marble machine is worth not points, not prizes, but money. Cold cash. Every time this gold ball hits anything that makes a sound, you'll win $200. You may keep going as long as you can keep your ball in play, but of course at the end of 60 seconds, you may not use your flippers. Good, no telling how much money you could win. Excuse me, I have to cross over here and place the gold ball into the machine. All right, if you excuse me, I'll take my position over here. Good luck to you, Gary. Everything is cash. Hold back that pleasure, and here we go. Going for cash, cold cash. Everything was $200 right there. Look up $400, $600, $800. He's up to $1,000 already. $1,400, $1,600. He's up to $2,000.
$2,000. Oh. Where's the clock? How come I can't see? Maybe they only show it in the last 10 seconds or something. Oh. That's not bad. $4,800 cash in addition to all those prizes he scored. All right, and then we have part 5 and part 6. I don't know if part... Oh, this is the last one.
Wow. Gary Cornell won $4,800 in cash on the magnificent marble machine. Has total winnings in cash so far of $13,454. Well, this is our very first week of play. And Gary, you're setting a fine example for all the opponents to follow you. We have a fresh one for you right now. And let's meet her now through Johnny Gilbert.
Okay, Art, this is a homemaker from Huntington Beach, California. Say hello to Lynn Winger.
That keeps you busy most of the time. TV House, tell us about your family. How big is it?
I have a delightful husband and a darling daughter of 5.
Howdy, girl. Well, listen, you've got a great team captain there, Roddy McDowell.
Yes.
We, after each win, we switch. Captain Gary Cornell is now with Florence Henderson. It takes 5 points to win our little game, and contestants always go first. So, Lynn, good luck. Hands on buzzers. Gary, you've got yours there. Contestants play. Stars, you may not help. Let's see how many words there are in this first answer. It's one word. Here comes the clue. Big Mexican. Well, Lynn thinks she knows.
Sombrero.
That's right, because Big Mexican.
Oh, my God.
Is the entire clue.
That was a good jump in there for her.
And look at that. Very demurely walks on and gets right on the board. But it takes 5 to win the game. Let's go to the stars who will be in action with this next answer, which has how many words? Let's see. 2 words. Stars, name the man who always says this line on TV.
Oh, Ed McMahon.
Florence is quick, and she says,
And look, Maya.
He always says, here's Johnny. And you've just put your team in a tie with Roddy McDowell and Lynn. All right, contestants, you're back in. No help from the stars. Let's see how many words in this answer. 1 word, 5 letters. Here comes your clue. Black, white, and smelly is the clue. You can't help, Florence. Contestants, you don't know? All right, we'll reveal letters for you. And the first one with the correct answer. Here's the first letter in the answer coming up for you. Black, white, and smelly. Yes. Florence, tie her down. Here comes our next letter. Black, white, and next letter is...
Skunk.
Yes, Gary. Yes, he got it. Imagine. That's Gary with his apoplectic team captain. Isn't that frustrating? All right, Florence, you'll have a chance to release your frustration here by putting your hand on the buzzer and see if you can beat Roddy to this answer. Let's see how many words in this answer. 1 word. What kind of lady can be recognized by this? Her scaly bottom. Yes, Florence.
Mermaid.
That's right.
Oh,
We can tell a mermaid every time.
that's a good clue. I like that clue.
The heartbreak of a scaly bottom. All right. It's 3-1. It takes 5 to win the game, and the contestants are back in. Here we go. Let's see how many words in this answer. 2 words. Name the movie actor who co-starred with these unforgettable performers. An ape and a... Yes, Gary.
Roddy McDowell.
That's right. He starred with him.
An ape and a collie.
Just at the point where Florence and Gary were red hot, we have to stop the match because that signal means our time is up for today. Out of time. We'll be back to see how things stand right after this. Watch.
All right, as I always do, we'll watch the credits of this just because these classic credits are classic.
Pick up the pace tomorrow. Roddy, fantastic at the machine. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow on the magnificent Marvel Machine. Bye-bye.
Members of our studio audience are eligible to receive new Ogilvy Dabba Curl home from us with Princeton.
Ogilvy, Dabba Curl, Kentucky Fried Chicken, Balm Bar, Cocoa Butter, SpaghettiOs, Grape Nuts Flakes. Is that dog food? I guess that must be dog food. Ragusini Fashions. There's Merrill Hader and Bob Quigley Productions. A Filmways company. All right, so, I mean, let's just talk about this game show for a minute. Like, are you fucking kidding me? How can there only be 3 episodes of this still in existence? That is the greatest game show I think I've ever seen. I love the Presser Luck. I love the $25,000 Pyramid, all of these game shows that have big boards and things that flash and jump around and spin around and nonsense, but I don't think I've ever loved a bonus game as much as the giant pinball thing you got to play on the magnificent Marble Machine. 3 of those half-hour episodes exist anywhere. Only one of them is on YouTube. The other are apparently in like media archives in very big places. Just priceless. We're almost out of time. We got 7 minutes left. We probably won't finish for the whole 7 minutes because I don't want to just kill time fucking around. But there is a story I wanted to bring. I meant to bring to us last night. It's not game show related. This is now nerd news, kind of sad nerd news at that. Trekkies will know. Grace Lee Whitney, Yeoman Janice Rand from Star Trek, passed away at the age of 85 at her home in Coarse Gold, California, not far from where I used to live in the town of Sonora before I lived in San Francisco. Her son confirmed her death. She was in the first 8 episodes of TOS before being written out of the series. In her autobiography, she wrote that her acting career largely ended after that. She became an alcoholic and struggled with addiction for years before actually resuming her career with the help of Leonard Nimoy, who starred as Spock in the series. We've lost 2 Star Trek stars this year alone. Of course, she was in Star Trek 1, Star Trek 3, Star Trek 4, and Star Trek 6. Her original name, Mary Ann Chase, and she became Grace Lee Whitney. She was born 1930. Oops. She appeared on other TV shows like Bewitched, 77 Sunset Strip, The Untouchables, and Gunsmoke. Her mother wanted to be remembered more as a successful survivor of addiction than for her Star Trek fame. She dedicated her last 35 years to helping people with addiction, some of whom she met at Star Trek conventions. So, I mean, you think about that. Earlier version of the picture of Miss Whitney from NBC and Photo Fest with posted mirror image. Oh, whatever. She is survived by her son Jonathan and her son Scott Dweck. But there she is in all of her beautiful grace, Grace Lee Whitney. The funny thing is I've described my friend Chris. He comes to the town where I am every so often and we hang out. We watch game shows a lot. He shows me a lot of British TV that I've never seen before. He also showed me, and this is in that British TV category, there's a show out there called Bring Back Star Trek. I think it's either BBC 4 or Channel 4 in England. It was like an hour-and-a-half long sort of special event where this British guy, really long, kind of cool hair, but an ugly beard, goes around in Hollywood ambushing the original stars of Star Trek. He ambushes Sulu, or I should say George Takei and Walter Koenig, Sulu and Chekhov. He ambushes Nichelle Nichols as Uhura. He manages to go through proper channels and get an interview with Nimoy. And then one of the other things is he ambushes Grace Lee Whitney. And she talks about it. Like in the mall. He stops her in a shopping mall. I have no idea if this was just done for television, like if they were told to be in a public place and they wanted to catch him stopping them and have them be very scared and shocked and uncertain as to whether or not he was a robber or an interviewer. Like, I mean, there was a film crew there, obviously, but the show, again, is called Bring Back Star Trek from BBC 4, I want to say. And Grace Lee Whitney's on there, grants him an interview, and they talk very frankly about the stuff I was just saying, about her addiction, about her unceremonious departure from Star Trek because NBC thought Kirk needed a lady on every planet rather than have a girl who pined after him on the ship. And they later used that, kind of love from afar thing with Nurse Chapel and Mr. Spock. Nurse Chapel had to love Spock from afar and it could never work. They could never go at it, kind of a thing. But I always thought, God, they couldn't have done that with Kirk as well. Like they couldn't have given Kirk a woman on every planet as well as the woman who kind of loved him on the ship, but they couldn't do it because it was inappropriate. Like I love Yeoman Rand. And, they gave her some really powerful scenes for 60s TV. The scene where the evil Captain Kirk rapes her or almost rapes her. Like, he's there on top of her on the floor. Like, this is broadcast television. That's pretty intense shit. She's in the episode Miri, where they go down to the planet and they get the big blue scabby blotches all over their bodies, including her. And she talks to Kirk about she wishes he would have noticed her legs, and now her legs have these scabs on them, kind of a thing. Grace Lee Whitney, Yeoman Rand, to many Star Trek fans, forever and ever. I mean, hey, I always say this whenever a Star Trek actor dies. They've been immortalized. I mean, Star Trek is one of those things that's never going to die. I think Star Wars has a chance of dying fully, entirely, out of culture before Star Trek ever does. For a million reasons that we won't go into here. But yes, that's kind of my sad closing for this. I wanted to make sure I dedicated at least one show this week to the great Grace Lee Whitney, Yeoman Rand of Star Trek. And we should watch her in Star Trek 1, where she has not a entirely small, she has only one scene in Star Trek 1, but it's a bigger scene than she has in Star Treks 3 and 4. And then she's kind of in Star Trek 6 a little bit more. And I think an episode of Voyager, too. Wasn't she in the episode of Voyager with Tim Russ as Tuvok in like an ensign role, whatever. All right. Well, that is it. That is Game Show Tuesday. Tomorrow's Media Watch Wednesday. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, but do join us because I'm going to kind of talk about some other things, including homosexual news in the news. There's been a lot of gay news that I kind of interesting stories, including, by the way, I've been sued. A religious woman has sued all homosexuals in the country, and I'm one of them. Therefore, I have been sued by a religious woman. We'll talk about that. Not serious homosexual news stories. These will be fun. And also we'll look at some other things as well, including the hoax file and the WTF file, which is just wacky news that you can't even believe. Animal stories. One of them is an animal sex story. There's a lot of good stuff coming up. 10 o'clock Pacific time, 1 o'clock in the morning Eastern time. In other words, 22 and a half hours from now. 0500 GMT on cBas After Dark.